One of the hardest things for the mind to wrap its mind around, so to speak, is the reality of there being only being, one wholeness, no separate individuals except as illusions. So let's see if we can really open into that actuality right here. There is only being, isness. You could say being is just a space of unlimited potentiality. It is nothing because it's not a thing. Even calling it a space is misleading because we think of space as a thing, an area, a container. But being is not a thing. Since our mind appears to distinctly be a thing, cognizing itself and all outside it as things, mind cannot comprehend nothing. Something cannot envision nothing. It can only imagine what nothing might be like, conceptually or figuratively. So, being, or isness, is a space, no space, we may poetically call nothing. And in this nothing space, no space, anything may appear to arise. Infinite possibilities. Since it's only an appearance arising within no space, we can use the dream analogy. Because, as in your night dreams, an entire universe seems to appear from nothing in no space. So we can say infinite things appear to arise in being, and poetically, we say this is being dreaming. One of the possibilities that may arise in being's dream is a sense of separateness, a sense of separate things, consciousnesses, and beings that are not being, are somehow separate from being, even though there is still only this one wholeness. Then being can appear to have a fascinating dream called looking for being, looking for itself, hide and seek. And in order for the dream to be truly fascinating, it must appear entirely real. So the only beings that appear to be sentient and self-aware, humans, must totally believe they are separate entities, separate from each other, from everything in the world outside them, and from being. And when being dreams of infinite expressions through these apparently separate entities, including pain and pleasure, joy and sorrow, having and not, right and wrong, wellness and illness, birth and death, these expressions of being called humans must totally believe those events and feelings are happening to them, individually or collectively. They identify with their separate individuality and temporarily forget that they are just another appearance happening in being's dream. Nothing is happening to them. Everything is only what's happening, including them. Because of this very convincing identification as separate individuals, humans can often appear to feel rather angry at God or manipulated by being. Why must being make me suffer as part of its expression? Couldn't it be all smooth and joyful expressions? Why do I appear to be suffering so much more than other expressions? Isn't it sinister for being or God to use us in this way, like puppets? I'm angry at being for using me and us as playthings. And if I ever see God or being, I'm going to give it a piece of my mind. I'm going to tell it it's evil, uncaring, and isn't doing expression of life right. And then thrash being soundly. But it's the ultimate cosmic joke and exquisite paradox because there is only being. It's just being playing with being expressing being demanding a better life from being. And the joke is, when we awaken from the dream, we immediately cease asking why being did it this way or caring about the answer, because we instantly see we are being. There never was anything but being. And nothing actually happened to us as separate entities. Some will then ask, well, yes, I see that now, but why did being have to put us through such an extended time of being an expression of so much ignorance, pleasure, pain, and suffering before finally remembering we're only being? And once again, in the realization of natural reality, instantly that question is also resolved. Time is also part of the dream, part of the illusion. There is no time. Being never left, never spent extended time expressing itself as these painful, pleasureful individual lives. It all happened in no time. And being was simultaneously always right here, always itself. So who is to feel angry and exploited? By whom? And when? Should being feel mad at itself? There's a classic Vedic story of Indra, king of heaven and all the gods, who, upon seeing a mother pig who died in childbirth and could not suckle its litter, out of compassion, leaves heaven and incarnates into the body of the mother pig, bringing her back to life so that she may wean her piglets. As the mother pig, Indra feels so much love and joy at feeding and raising them, he forgets he is Indra, king of the gods. Meanwhile, up in heaven, things are quickly deteriorating into disarray through lack of Indra's management. The Devas seek here and there, calling out, "Indra, where are you? We need you." But he cannot be found anywhere. Finally, one clever god looks down to earth and sees Indra possessing this mother pig's body. The god comes down to earth and says, "Hey, Indra, come, vacate that pig and return to heaven. We need you." But Indra has become so identified and infatuated with his life as a mother pig with darling piglets in the simple mud. He no longer recognizes his heavenly brother or his language. He can only look up and grunt unintelligibly. The Deva sees he's not going to get anywhere reasoning with the fully identified pig Indra, so he unhesitatingly pulls out his sword and cloves the pig in two. Immediately, Indra's spirit rises out of the body of the pig. He remembers his true name and nature and rises with his brother to resume his place as manager of heaven. We are being dreaming of itself as countless sentient, separate Indra pigs, rolling in the mud, having good times and bad times, and possibly seeking for ultimate reunification with heaven. Nothing simultaneously being everything. Infinite iterations of apparent, totally convincing, totally real expressions arising out of nothing. Just what appears to be happening for no reason to no one. This is the natural reality. This is the nature of the no thing poetically called being, and the ever available realization of our true nature. There's only being. I hope that helps clear it up for all of us. Thanks for joining me. Let's talk again soon.